bringing it to them all day. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Win or lose, we bringing it to you always. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Orange or black, we rebuild the pack. No matter where we at, you know we coming back. Section 336, we on this, so tune in. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Yeah, welcome to Birdland. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Now, here come the boys from Section 336.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Baltimore sports fans of all ages, welcome to Section 336, Next Generation of Baltimore Sports Talk. I am your endearingly southern host, Matt Soroka. As always, I'm joined by a guy who spent his entire Monday searching eBay for a Tim Tebow Jaguars jersey, the button lover Josh Soroka.
I didn't even think about that yet. I did almost 2 seconds ago while the music's playing, almost jot my notes with my Sharpie on my iPad. So that's the type of evening I'm having. I picked up the Sharpie instead of the iPad pencil and almost wrote on the iPad.
Or maybe a dry erase marker might work for the...
Yeah, dry erase marker would. I'm sure since it's glass, I could get the Sharpie off, but it's not the way I wanted to start the show.
Yeah.
So I called myself. Yeah, Tim Tebow down here in Jacksonville. Tim Tebow's already been big story in Jacksonville because he lives down here. Like he's got like 2 homes in the same big neighborhood down here.
Yeah.
And what's his name? The new coach for the Jags.
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer bought his house on the same street.
Oh, really?
Or something. So it's been story already before all the talk of him going back to football. And yeah, it's exciting. Everybody likes Tim Tebow, except those that hate God.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's well said, Josh. No, I feel like the Jaguars owner, Josh, has been just the past 3 years just been trying to recruit you as a fan. He moves you to Jacksonville. Now you get the number 1 pick in Trevor Lawrence. You're right in the Jacksonville area. You got the number 1, college football player, going to be stud. And now if that's not enough to make you want to be a Jacksonville Jaguar fan, he brings in Tim Tebow.
Yeah. Do you know
and not to mention, to hurt your Ravens, he gets rid of your favorite player, Joe Flacco, and replaces him with a lesser quarterback in Lamar Jackson. So all these things are adding up to make you want to jump on the Jaguars bandwagon.
Your mouth's getting a little shaky right now. Do you know the chant for the Jaguars? You know what the fans yell?
Maybe row, like a little Jaguar sound. Row? No, okay.
They yell, Duval. Because it's Duval County is, I guess, where Jacksonville is.
Okay.
I don't know. I should know that. Duval County is something about up there. So they all yell Duval.
But that's not your county.
No, it's not my county. Yeah. And I also don't get it because the city wouldn't be in a county, right? A city's its own thing.
That's how we do it in Maryland. You have Baltimore City, then you have Baltimore County, which is a separate thing. Yeah.
Right. Imagine if you went to Orioles games and yelled, Anne Arundel County.
Yeah. Well, maybe that Red Sox game.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's every time the Red Sox come to town.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's cool for the Jags. You know what it's going to be? It's going to be like, it's hard because I would say for a lot of people, not you and I, but a lot of people in Maryland, especially in that Anne Arundel County area, like the Orioles are their top team, the Ravens are their top team, but they can appreciate the Redskins and the Nats.
Sure.
You and I can't because we were raised to hate Washington.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel a little bit of that with I'm learning to appreciate the Jaguars. And it's always good if your city is winning and playing well, even if it's not your team.
Yeah, I agree. And listen, no one hates the Jaguars.
Oh, that's the other
We might
thing.
feel indifferent to the Jaguars, but no one has strong feelings to the Jaguars in any way. Yeah,
it's way easier to be like, yeah, sure, it's cool. I'm cool with the Jags. Versus it's not. Yeah, if I went to like the New England or Pittsburgh, it's like no way, Jags. Nobody cares.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It'd be the equivalent of being, I don't know, like a Colorado Rockies fan or something. Like, who cares?
Yeah, you're right. It would have to be a National League team.
Who's usually not very good.
The Diamondbacks, maybe.
Yeah,
but even they're a little more relevant than the Jags.
Yeah. The Diamondbacks have had more success than the Jags have. Yeah, it's true.
The Minnesota Twins. I'm going to say that. So just a random team.
Yeah, well, we've had an affinity for the Twins in the past when they got, when they had Jonathan Scope on their team.
Yeah.
I was a Twins fan there for a minute.
Yeah, and
Not to mention our boy Nelson Cruz.
Yeah, and when they had that Rookie of the Year kid.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the Twins? Wasn't that the Twins? Or was the Twins Little Big League? Which one was the Twins?
Which one was the guy the kid broke his arm and could throw 100 miles per hour?
That's Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. That's the Twins, I'm pretty sure.
So
yeah.
which one is Little Big League?
What's Little Big League?
Where the kid inherits the baseball team and is the owner of the baseball team.
Oh. Is that not Angels in the Outfield? That's a different movie?
That would be a different movie. No, I think Little Big League.
I think Major League is where
that's the Indians.
With the owner, about the owner. And that's the Indians.
Yeah, that's also based on Mike Elias, I believe.
Is that based on Mike Elias trying to tank the team?
Yeah, I mean, every time things start to go well for the team, sabotage.
Yeah, hey, listen, it's weird.
Screw up the rotation. Things are working.
It's weird to say, but we always do State of the Orioles.
Little Big League is the Twins. Little Big League movie, he inherits the Twins.
What about Rookie of the Year? He doesn't play on the Twins Rookie of the Year? I thought he strikes out the White Sox guy in that big game the end.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, the big guy who spits chewing tobacco like Chris Davis used to do before he started sucking. I thought it was a Twins White Sox matchup there.
Rookie of the Year, no. The Rookie of the Year, he joins a much more relevant team.
Oh, who's that?
The Cubs.
Oh, yeah, that's right, the Cubs.
But what baseball movie took place in Baltimore?
Major League.
2.
Right, Major League 2, yeah.
What football movie took place in M&T Bank Stadium?
Oh, a football movie?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. My football movie knowledge is limited to Remember the Titans and Rudy, and I don't think it's either of those two. Is it an Adam Sandler football movie?
It is not Happy Gilmore. No.
I was thinking Waterboy.
Waterboy would be the football one. Yes, it's not that.
Is it Any Given Sunday?
It is not Any Given Sunday.
I'm running out of football movies here. How about, would I have seen this football movie?
Probably. Let's see.
Is it a kids one? Is it Bad News Bears or something? No, that's the not that one. It's the.
It stars Keanu Reeves and Gene Hackman. And John.
Oh,
Favreau.
The Replacements. The Replacements. Yeah, I knew that.
The Replacements.
Yeah. That's a terrible movie. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Gene Hackman's a good actor.
And so's Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I guess.
John Wick. You see John Wick?
I've never seen John Wick.
Yeah, you should watch John Wick sometime.
All right.
If you like a movie where you can just shut your brain off and him just go kill everyone.
I thought that was a Tom Cruise movie. What's Tom Cruise version of John Wick? He's got his own John Wick.
Mission Impossible.
No, he's got one where he's
Vanilla
alone
Sky?
like that. I thought he was John Wick.
No, John Wick is Keanu Reeves.
Okay. Tom Cruise is something like that, a name or something that goes around killing people. This is
Jack Reacher is Tom Cruise.
Yes, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
That's a similar idea.
I don't think so. John Wick's a lot darker.
It's the same thing, I think.
All right.
Is John Wick available on Netflix?
I don't know.
Okay.
But if you're a fan of John Wick, which you've never seen John Wick, and you want a movie that came out in 2021, I'll tell you in Ball 4, because I don't have a Ball 4 yet. Ball 4, I'm going to tell you my favorite movie of 2021.
All right, I'm open for suggestions because my wife and I were planning to binge watch this weekend Handmaid's Tale, but there was only 4 episodes.
That's the
we
worst.
didn't know. We were waiting to watch the whole season, and there was just 4 episodes. So all right, we're done.
That sucks.
And we're like, crap, we should have waited.
Yep.
I'll always wait till it comes out. I don't do this week-to-week nonsense.
No.
But Josh, State of the Orioles.
Man, it would have been a lot more fun to do this 4 days ago. But State of the Orioles still up because they've played a month of baseball and they're close to 500. I mean, that's positive. That's better than many people projected.
Yeah. Hey, listen, since we've done this podcast, John Means has thrown a no-hitter.
Yeah, that's a pretty good thing.
And since
Wade
we
Miley
had this, yeah, that's a pretty good up. And since we've had this podcast, minor league baseball started. to
Yep.
which the opening day we saw Grace Rodriguez and DL Hall. I think those were the two highlights. You can talk about other guys, but Grace Rodriguez and DL Hall were beyond dominant. They were like playing against elementary school kids. It's
Yeah. A little kid named Adley had a pretty good start, too.
Yeah, and Adley Rutschman, I think, had a dong in his second game.
Yeah.
So all in all, like I'm just things are looking really good for the Orioles. I think things are way up. John Means no hitter, started minor league baseball, young players playing. Like this for me, I know we lost the last 3 to Boston, and we got a 4th one tonight. I know we haven't won since John Means pitched a perfect game, near perfect game.
There you go.
And so, so I think the state of the Orioles is up.
Let's talk about this no-hitter.
But the drop ball?
Yeah, the drop ball. Have you seen the replay?
Yes.
Severino should have had that play.
It was a pass ball, not a wild pitch.
Yes, it was not a wild pitch. It was a pass ball and a poorly blocked ball that he should have been able to keep in front of him.
Yeah.
How do you handle that? John Means was very professional about how to handling that with
he said it didn't matter to him.
He said it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I think Severino got off lucky that it happened in the 3rd inning. Could you imagine?
And he did throw the guy out. To his defense, he threw the guy out at second too.
Yes.
Not that it really matters,
but could you imagine if that happened in like the 7th or 8th inning, when we all know a perfect game's going on? 3rd inning, you're not really thinking perfect game.
Yeah, I mean, a no-hitter special, a perfect game is a little bit on a different level. And, I mean, not all no-hitters are created equal, right? Like some guys walk a bunch of guys.
Yep.
He didn't walk anybody.
Faced the minimum number of batters.
Though I am, and I think baseball is a team sport. And so,
Totally.
like, I think an error definitely goes against a perfect game, right?
Yep.
And this counts as an error, right? Like a wild pitch is an error. Even if it was a pass ball.
Right.
It's still an error.
Right. Because you don't get that perfect game by striking everyone out. Everyone on the field has to make plays.
It's a team effort, yes.
Right.
The only thing about it that's obnoxious is not the error that's the equal number. The thing that's annoying is it was a strikeout. Like he struck the guy out. So that rule where you strike a guy out, but he can still go to first base is Max Scherzer, I know, hates the rule. I find in this case kind of an annoying rule.
And I guess the whole point of the rule is so you don't throw a ridiculous pitch like way outside.
But then if he swings at it,
right?
Like who cares if he swings at it?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a silly rule.
I mean, it's like
It's so rare that the guy makes it on a strikeout. You know?
Yeah. You never see that happen. You rarely ever see that happen. It just happens. Yeah, and like I think Severino deserves credit for calling a good game, right? Like certainly he has a part of that no-hitter, calling the pitches and stuff, but no one gives him credit. They just kind of take away his one pass ball. Though I think he also deserves a lot of credit, so you kind of take the good with the bad.
Well, and I also think that people are harder on Severino because of the Adley effect. The fact that we have Jesus waiting in the wings to come catch.
Yeah, he was a great catcher.
Right. So I think that also weighs hard on him.
Yeah, but in his defense, if Chance Sisco was catching, there would have been about 3 or 4 pass balls probably.
Yes.
So he's an upgrade over Chance Sisco.
Right. Would you have? I almost would have rather seen the error at second base, because then I could have said, "Oh, well, we all know we don't have a second baseman," and maybe that would kick Elias to get us a second baseman.
Yeah. I mean, I think at this point, since minor league baseball started finally, you're just kind of waiting, right, to someone to prove that they can hold down a middle infield spot. And we talked about it last week at AAA. You got a whole infield, and Josh, you got a chance to go see them in person.
Yep.
But you could put any of those guys at AAA, McCoy or Richie Martin or Jahmai Jones, like they could be the second baseman for the second half of the year.
Or who I saw playing second baseman this week, Ryan Bannon.
Oh, yeah, or Rylan Banning. Yes, thank you. And any of those guys could be the second baseman come June, right? They just have to prove it at AAA level. So I'm okay with Urias just because I know it's you're just waiting for the guy at AAA to prove it. And I'd rather them just wait for this guy than bring in someone else from the outside. Like, I want it to be one of these young guys, Martin, Banning, or Jahmai Jones. Like, just let one of these guys take it over in June or July. Like, I'm good with that, and I'm good with waiting.
Yeah, and I'm even okay with Jahmai Jones. If they want to bring him up, I'm okay with that.
Yep, I think let them fight it out AAA and let the best man be promoted.
I agree. Yeah. And I think one of them's going to come up this year.
Oh, I would not be surprised if all three come up this year. But I think definitely one, probably two, and I wouldn't be surprised at all three make it on the roster this year.
Just to try to see who sticks.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Ryan McKenna up and down. I mean, I don't think anyone thinks Ryan McKenna is really ready yet.
Right.
But just because the need is there, and he's good defensively. We've seen him up and down. Ryan McKenna is starting tonight. So
yeah. Well, part of why Ryan McKenna is starting tonight is DJ Stewart has not been impressive this year.
I guess. I mean, the thing that impresses me at DJ Stewart, and I know he's not been impressive. Like, you're not wrong. You're right. He has not been impressive. But the thing that does impress me a little bit, Josh, is, his batting average is 187. On base percentage, where do you think he ranks on our team on base percentage?
I don't know, in the middle.
He's third.
Really?
He's batting 187, but has an on base percentage of 322.
I like that.
So DJ Stewart, the guy has our highest percent walk rate on our team. Walks 15.6% of the time, which is a pretty high number. And so he still manages, even when he's struggling to hit the ball, and he hasn't struggled to hit the ball. He's a streaky hitter. He's been struggling to hit the ball, but he still gets on base. He's third on our team in OBP, ahead of Austin Hayes, ahead of Trey Mancini. He's only behind Mullins and Galvis. So I like that about Stewart, that even when he struggles, he still finds ways to get on base. Would you like the average to be higher than 187?
Right.
Yes, you would. But still, he's not like I would not put him in the Valleca, Cisco category of performance here.
Right. I think Pat Valleca, Chance Cisco are the type. For me, those are the guys that it's like I'm just waiting for someone to get hot to replace them. Like, they don't have to hurt themselves to fall out and lose their spot.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of what hurts this team. I feel like we have 2/3 of a lineup here, and then you have the catcher position, the second base position, and at times the right field position with Stewart and now McKenna, who just aren't performing up with everyone else. And Mountcastle, in fairness, Mountcastle hasn't performed either, but lately he had a home run tonight. So lately he's been better. But it feels like you have 2/3 of a lineup, and you're kind of waiting for the other third to arrive.
Mountcastle has added like 50 points to his batting average in the past week.
Yep.
He's been batting about 320 for the past week.
Yep.
So it's nice to see him really getting hot.
Yeah, it feels like he has a hit. I don't know what his stats are, but it feels like he has a hit every game the past week.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true, but yeah, it feels that way.
Yeah, it feels that way. We're more about feelings over here anyway.
Right. It's the eye test.
Yeah, the eye test. He passes the eye test right now.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he's gone 0 for 4 the past 2 games.
Okay, well, he had a home run tonight.
Never mind. He got 2 hits yesterday.
Okay, and a home run tonight.
Yeah. Yep. So,
Josh, I want to hear about your experience, though. The spring training,
Yeah.
minor league baseball opened this past week. And did you go to opening day?
I did not.
It wasn't opening day for the...
It opened up on Tuesday, and I went on Saturday.
Okay.
So I went Saturday night to see the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp versus the Norfolk Tide.
Yes. Jumbo Shrimp. Is shrimp a big deal down there, Josh?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I know the mascot's cool. And the hats
is the mascot a
cool.
shrimp?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so all their jerseys and hats look cool.
Nice.
Here's what I'll tell you about it. Nicest minor league stadium I've been in. It's right in the city. It's way nicer than any of the Orioles minor league stadiums.
How many minor league stadiums, Josh, have you even been in?
Delmarva, Bowie, Frederick.
You been to Aberdeen?
No. I've been to Chattanooga years ago.
I've seen the Lynchburg Hillcats in Lynchburg.
So I've been to a few.
Okay.
So
and
real
this
nice
is
stadium.
the nicest.
Yeah, it seemed fairly new. I got bleacher seats in right field for $5 a seat.
Nice.
And here's what they're doing at the Jumbo Shrimp. They are doing the pod seating, just like Camden Yards. So you sit with your family and not other people too close.
I find that surprising. Okay.
Yeah. So I got a pod for me, mom, and dad.
Nice.
And we were in row 1, right in right field, right up on the fence, which was a really cool place to watch the game. No masks. They announced at the beginning of the game, MLB policy is that you wear your masks when you're not eating and drinking. No one in the stadium wore masks. So that's a Florida thing.
Yeah.
And different.
America, freedom, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was different, but cool stadium, really nice jumbotron and stuff that you normally don't see in minor league stadiums. It was packed, big crowd, sold out. As far as the pod seating, it was a sold out night, and it was fun. So Diaz was playing center field.
Oh, he's playing center. That's cool to see.
Yeah.
He normally plays right, so that's cool to see him center.
I'm blanking on the guy's name. On right field was the guy we got for Givens. From the Rockies. I'm blanking on his name right now.
Vavra? Is that the guy? Or no, Nevin?
Nevins.
Okay.
Nevin, yeah. Colin Nevin. He was in right field. Bannon was playing second base. Richie Martin was playing shortstop.
Okay.
Jemai Jones, I believe, was the DH.
Okay.
If I remember correctly. But here's the guy that was the most fun to watch. First base.
Oh,
Do you know who's playing first base for the Norfolk Tide?
Mr. Ripken.
Mr. Ripken.
Yeah.
Mr. 11,
Yeah.
Ripken. Which is just cool to see, because we know Ryan Ripken as the little kid that his dad Cal held up during 21-31. And it's crazy that this kid is now playing AAA baseball.
Yeah.
And I've been ragging on him that, this guy's he's just because he's Cal's son, saying he's never going to make it to the majors and this and that. But you know what? He's tall. He's got a good build. He looks like a baseball player. He had a fine game, and it was just fun to see Ryan Ripken.
Yeah, I agree. It's a little weird. We just say when he was invited to the alternate site? Wasn't he invited to the alternate site? What was he invited to?
No, spring training.
Oh, spring training. That's
He
right.
got the Major League Spring. Yeah.
He got a spring training invite.
Which I said was a publicity move and nothing else.
Yeah. And then him going to AAA, for the record, guys, it's weird because the highest he's played in minor league baseball for the Orioles was last year or 2 years ago, when there was a season. He played at Delmarva.
Okay. He never played at Bowie?
No, which is low single A. He didn't even play at Frederick. He went from low single A all the way up to AAA. That's a little bit weird. You don't see that. You just don't see that often.
Right. No.
So, I mean, it is what it is. But it's just kind of weird.
Hold on. He had 30 games in Bowie in 2019.
Did he?
Yeah, 2019 he started in Frederick, and then
he did play at Frederick. Okay,
he had
Bowie.
48 games in Bowie, 48 in Frederick, 30 in Bowie.
Okay, fine. I was wrong then. All right.
So it's all right.
I don't recall him ever playing at Bowie, but okay.
Well,
2019. All right, 40 games. All right, fine.
So
still, that's quite a mediocre rise from 2018. Highest played at Delmarva. Then 2019 he jumps from Frederick to Bowie, and this year to Norfolk. That's a fast riser.
Right. And a guy who his batting average has always been like high twos, 2.6, 2.7, 2.8.
Yeah, but not dominating.
No, not dominating.
Yeah.
So his minor league career is 243 for his batting average.
Yeah, with 243. Yeah.
Yeah. With what is it? Yeah, he's got more hits than strikeouts, but barely. 337 hits, 300 strikeouts.
And a guy who started his career with the Nats, right? And then free agent came over here, I think.
Right, and I think that's part of why I've kind of thought Ripken was like, well, you can't cut Ripken because it's
just organizational filler. Yeah,
exactly, and it's just something cool for the fans because it's Ripken, and something just because you respect his dad and his family so much that he needs to call it quits. You'll never let him go, But
yeah, though Mike
maybe
Elias doesn't seem so much the sentimental guy, the sentimental type.
No, but now that he's playing AAA, it's like, okay, the Orioles see something in him.
Yeah, I mean, that's a step away from the majors.
Because you hide a guy in Bowie. You don't hide a guy in Norfolk.
Yeah, I mean, you're exposing him to near major league pitching. Yeah.
No, he is close. He is first baseman in AAA, which means if he starts playing well and Mountcastle or Mancini gets hurt, he's getting the call up.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, I've never heard anyone mention it. He's never been mentioned as far as a prospect or anything like that.
All.
But he's right below the major level at AAA. So that's kind of cool to see.
Yeah. So if he gets hot, he'll have a chance.
Yep. And listen, the organization likes him. The organization obviously likes him. I don't think they're putting guys in AAA because who their dad is. I think the organization likes him. I think they like him for whatever reason. So I think that's kind of cool to see.
Yeah. I mean, the spring invite and the AAA is more telling than it's just his dad.
Yeah. I believe, Josh, you got to see Bruce Zimmerman pitch.
I did. Yeah, I did. I've seen
former Oriole.
Yeah, I wanted to shout out, I saw you 3 weeks ago in Camden Yards.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's a downgrade.
Yeah. Yep.
Any other takeaways, Josh, from your experience there? Anyone you liked? Anyone you saw? Like, I like that guy?
No, I didn't see enough. It was a low-scoring game.
Diaz hit a home run. I don't know if you saw that.
Diaz hit a home run. He hit the game-winning home run.
Yeah.
He then hurt himself the next day.
Yeah, still kind of day-to-day right now.
He's day-to-day with that. No, it's just, again, good to see baseball, good to see some prospects. Didn't learn anything from that game, except that Ryan Bannon's really small and Ryan Ripken's pretty big.
Yeah.
They passed the eye test.
Yeah. Well, I saw Ryan Ripken up close and personal playing basketball against an Apostolic Christian school when I taught there. So
yeah, but I guarantee he's bigger now than he was in high school.
But I'm saying even at the time, like he was a center, big boy.
Right, he was tall.
6'3", 6'4".
He's got the muscle and he's solid.
Yeah, that's cool though.
But yeah, it was just cool. Another cool experience. Go see the Jumbo Shrimp. Me and Tebow.
Yeah, well, you guys. I mean, we play them a bunch, so I think you'll be able to see a bunch of Norfolk games if you want to.
It's real weird how the minor leagues doing the week series.
So like it was,
like they played They play 6 games in Jacksonville, then they have an off day and travel to another town for 6 games.
Oh wow, that is weird. I didn't know that.
So
is that all the minor league games? The minor league season's going?
That's how they're doing. That's their COVID stuff.
Okay.
So they're not, traveling as much to cut down some travel.
Yeah, tomorrow it's the home opener for Bowie, and DL Hall will be pitching again tomorrow. So that's the game. I don't know if anybody wants to go to that
Hall
game.
on the mound and Adley behind the plate.
Yep. So that's if you're a Bowie fan.
It's sold out probably, right?
I would imagine. It's a hard ticket to get.
With pod seed.
I hope it is. I hope it should be. I mean, DL Hall and Adley Rutschman. And I don't know for sure if he's catching. I assume he's catching, but I think they're going to.
He's got to catch.
What? Opening day.
I mean, he could play first base or DH, but he's going to be in the lineup.
Yeah, he will be in the lineup, and I bet opening day he'll catch. Yeah. So that's cool to see. Yeah, that's something like I know everyone pays attention to it, but just seems especially now, as a lot of our top prospects have moved up to higher levels of minor leagues. Like when you get to AA, DL Hall and Adley Rutschman, it feels like you're a phone call away, right? Like it would not surprise anyone if Adley jumped from Bowie to the Orioles. Nothing's going to happen this week, but the jump from Bowie to the Orioles happens all the time.
Right. Yeah, totally. There's still tickets available for Bowie if you want to head down there.
Oh, that's really surprising. Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, I definitely recommend everyone go on down there. 6:35 start, which is the same time I had at Norfolk, which was a little – I like the 6:30 starts on TV, not so much in person.
Yeah.
And the sun's still bright. Maybe it's a Florida thing, but it was really hot for that first hour. And then by 7:30, it's like, oh, this is the time the game should have started.
Yeah, I mean, I think minor league teams, like for me, it'd be nice to take Silas and take the kids
and that's the
at 6:30.
That's the appeal, is you take the kids.
Yeah, where 7's a little bit hard.
Yep. Yeah.
But Cool.
But yeah, it's exciting that minor league baseball's here because we can actually see it. I've been watching some games, bits and pieces of games on the MILB app.
Yeah.
So that's been pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Especially this weekend when the Orioles have been frustrating. It's been nice to be able to look over there.
Yeah, I agree. Like that's always like you can always here's the thing. No one tweets out about kind of the guys that is not hitting a home run, but you can always when there's 3 minor league games happening in the Orioles system,
right.
Someone is always doing something that you can get excited about. So it can be a little deceiving at times because you only hear about the good things. You don't hear about a guy striking out 3 times. You don't kind of only hear the good stuff. But still, like there's always something. Someone starting or someone hitting a dong that you can be excited about now that minor league season has started.
Right. And I'll tell you what, the minor league broadcasts vary between stadiums, but so far I've been pretty happy with it. It's multiple camera angles. It's good HD camera angles. There's an announcer calling the game. There's just no like scoreboard or like stats on the screen.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of replays on Twitter. I don't know if Major League Baseball is going to crack down on that or not. I've been seeing a lot of replays on Twitter. Yeah.
So. Yeah, but it's all cool.
All right. Josh, I want to ask you about this briefly. We mentioned John Means through, a no-hitter, near-perfect game.
Oh, when was that?
Whatever. It happens. Guy throws no-hitter.
Yeah,
I mean, it used to be a big deal, and then Wade Miley went through it, and you go, okay, maybe throwing no-hitter is not a big deal.
Exactly. I mean, we did one in 1969, and then Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, but then, the problem is then Friday Wade Miley does it.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, okay, so that's it. So I think Wade Miley throwing it was like, all right, the pitchers are completely dominant this year.
Yeah, that is kind of, I don't know. I think it's all weird how dominant the pitchers are. I think it's a little bit weird because one thing is like, I get guys come out of the bullpen throwing 100 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Your Tanner Scotts, right? I get those guys being dominant. John Means isn't throwing 100 miles per hour. Wade Miley's not throwing 100 miles per hour. Like these aren't dominant guys. These are more crafty guys.
You know what I think did it? The ball. I think it's the ball because I think what analytics brought to the batter and to the offense is launch angle and contact and all that. Yes. And I think that for the past few years, players have been working on launch angle and contact speed and all that, which was letting more balls get over the fence.
Yes.
And I think now that they deaden the ball, those same approaches are a lot of shots to the warning track.
Yes.
Because I've seen a lot of balls drop 5 feet from the fence.
Yes.
And we saw that even during Means no-hitter. We saw some balls that went deep, but Mullins was back there or something to catch it.
Yeah, and that's what I listen a lot to Tim Kirchin because he's my favorite kind of baseball analyst guy. And Tim Kirchin says that. He says like just major players have been conditioned just to hit home runs.
Yeah, all or nothing.
Or kind of swing all or nothing, and they don't hit very well anymore. And the hitters have gotten worse. And he says that's the problem. It's not even that the pitchers are so dominant. It's that hitters don't hit for average anymore. Don't try to hit the ball in the hole anymore. Right. They just are all or nothing, and the hitters need to make adjustments. It's not about the mound. It's not about the ball. It's about the hitters. Need to make adjustments.
Then I kind of agree with that. There's no Willie Mays, and we saw.
Well, we see what Cedric Mullins is doing, right? Where they're butting for a hit, and I mean he's not. But
we also saw, and we bring this up all the time because we used it always as an example of the farm system, the Orioles farm system, but telling DJ Stewart to be more aggressive at the plate and to swing more. And it's like, that's a new approach of baseball, that more aggressive hit for power, which seems to ruin people's careers, where if you can do more what Cedric Mullins doing this year, that's going to extend your career.
Well, it's even like they talk about the 3 outcome thing, like the 3 outcome result is strikeout, walk, or home run.
Right.
Well, DJ Stewart has walks 15% of the time and strikes out 22% of the time. So that's 37. If you round up with the points, it's 38% of the time his at bats end in a walk or strikeout. That's pretty wild. That 38% of the time it ends in a walk or strikeout, and the same is true in the small sample size with Ryan McKenna, just because his strikeout percentage is so high.
Right.
Similar numbers for Urias. Similar numbers for Trey Mancini when he strikes out 20% of the time. I mean, anyone who strikes out less than 20% of the time is almost an oddity. I heard a stat, again, from Tim Kirchin. Listened to the Baseball Tonight podcast today, and he said like 5 times this year, a team has struck out 15 or more times and still won the game. So you can strike out a whole bunch, and it really doesn't affect you. You can still win. There's only 2 people in our lineup who strike out less than 20% of the time. Michael Franco at 19%, and Cedric Mullins at 18%. Everyone else is over 20, and Ruiz and Mountcastle are over, and Francisco are over 30% striking out. So it's like, come on now, that's not baseball.
Yeah,
and it's one of the reasons also why extra innings is so exciting. I don't like it, but it's exciting because you never see runners on base anymore because people are just striking out all the time or hitting home runs, and the runner on second doesn't happen as often as it should. And so it becomes, you almost need to do it. Like, you almost need to do it every inning just to make baseball freaking more exciting, because no one knows how to get a single and steal a base anymore.
It's also why the Orioles have been frustrating in some of these games where they lose, because they've been leaving so many men on base, because one guy will get on base and then there's no approach at how to knock them around. The only thing that the players know is hit a home run. That's how I get the guy in.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we haven't been hitting enough of those. So,
No.
and when you don't, you're striking out or you're popping up, and it's frustrating. Yeah.
Right. Which is why if a team can adjust to small ball, they're going to do really well in baseball.
Yeah.
To get less strikeouts and better approach at the plate is going to help you so much more than this swing away.
Yeah, and we'll see if teams can do it, because I agree with you. If teams can learn to adjust and
it's
kind of hit for average,
it's going to have to be a team like the Orioles. It's going to have to be a young team. You're not going to get a veteran team to shift their mind thought and go into this small ball.
Well, it becomes really tough, right? Because I'm telling you, in high schools, they have TrackMan, they have this stuff in high schools now. So in high schools, you're looking at your swing angle, you're looking at your exit velocity. Pitchers are, of course, looking at their spin rate. Like, this stuff is going all the way down to high school now. So it's not like, and then they get to the majors and now they're looking at all this stuff. No, it's happening when they're really young.
Forget high school. I got this little thing, and it goes on the end of my bat, and it gives me my launch angle, my bat speed, my velocity. It gives me everything when I'm playing softball.
Yeah.
So you can go on Amazon and buy it. I
think one of those for Silas.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he can swing quite hard enough yet to register.
Okay, that's rude.
But it shows you that, like, if that's that type of stuff that we're so angled on, because for so many years, baseball offense has been about the home run. And I think if baseball can adjust, there's 2 ways baseball can handle this. The players adjust, the teams adjust, and we get a really cool next decade of baseball with a lot of small ball.
Yep.
That could be really fun.
Hey, you give me a team of nine Cedric Mullins. I'll sign up for that.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Or somehow baseball's going to adjust. That's option A. The other path is bring back the juiced ball, lower the mound, do something to spike the offense. Yeah. Which is not going to be an adjustment. It's going to be more home runs.
And I used to think moving the mound back a little bit, but the big thing that would do is lessen velocity. But John Means, again, Wade Miley and John Means aren't throwing 98 miles per hour to get guys out. So I'm not sure if that's really the answer.
Right, and I'm concerned about moving the mound, what that does to arm injuries that are already a big issue.
Oh, everyone's got. I mean, you saw DeGrom went down this past. I mean, it seems like every team has lost pitchers. We're actually been, I think, quite fortunate. We've lost some position players. Though, Dylan Tate actually just went on the 10-day DL, but we've been, and Hunter Harvey, of course, but that's just. Hunter Harvey would get injured no matter what the rules are.
Right. The wind blew. That day.
Yeah. Oh, but I wanted to mention one other thing. I mentioned John Means, and then I got sidetracked by the Wade Miley no-hitter. But I want to mention another thing. Josh, I just want to say this. I just want to go on record saying this. John Means, if someone called Mike Elias, trade offer.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we've been watching John Means. We think he's a stud. We want him to come be the ace of our staff. The second any GM calls or texts, whatever, and says the word John, you don't have to finish the word Means. You just start me, If I'm Mike Elias, Josh, I'm dead serious. I'm hanging up the phone. If he texts me, I'm blocking the number. Like, I'm not even listening. I'm not even listening to the trade offer. And I've never said that about anyone before. Like, I always said, like, okay, you can listen, right? It doesn't hurt to listen. No, John means I'm not even listening, Josh. I'm hanging it up.
You're just plugging your ears. La, 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 la.
That's right. I'll say, here's my secretary. Like, we're done. We're done talking. Don't call back here.
I'm glad to hear that from you because I somewhat agree. Because John Means is a young pitcher. People want to act like he's an old pitcher. He's not. He's still young.
28.
Yeah, but he's young as in you control him. He's got arbitration years coming up.
Arbitration years start next year. He'll be a free agent in 2025.
Right. There's lots of people who think everything for the Orioles is trade, and they never want to keep people. In order to win, you have to at some point keep people.
Yes.
And
Josh,
not flip people. And you need 5 pitchers in your rotation.
5 pitchers.
I don't care if John Means turns out to be number 5. You still need a number 5.
Yes.
So I'm totally with you that John Means I want on the future of this team. And if I'm going to trade John Means, that better be a pretty impressive offer. That better be better than any of the stupid Duquette trades that he made trying to get us refresh our farm system.
There is no offer I would say yes to with John Means. There's no offer to say yes to. Because, Josh, if you want to give me, 2 of the top pitcher prospects in baseball, right. I'll tell you two things about it. One,
fine, I'll make a deal for you.
Josh, I'll say that, no, you give me 2 top pitching prospects, I'll say 2 things to you. One, I've been watching the Orioles long enough to know
prospects don't come.
A pitching prospect doesn't always mean a top pitcher in baseball.
Yeah.
Secondly, if you trade, let's say you trade for 2 of the top arms in all of baseball.
Yeah, I'll trade you John Means for Max Scherzer straight up.
Yeah, I'm saying no. Absolutely saying no because Scherzer's old, washed up anyway. But no, I'm saying no to even 2 young prospects because best case scenario, one of them turns into John Means. Well, hello, you already got him. John Means, and you got him for the next 4 years. So there's no reason to even consider it.
Right. The chance of both prospects turning into John Means is so slim. You're lucky to get one to that point. Exactly.
Yeah, that would be a best case scenario is that one of them turns into John Means.
All right. How about John Means for Josh Hader straight up?
No. He's a bullpen guy, and he's a lot more expensive. No.
Okay.
I seriously want it.
No, I do, but I'm with you that Means is going to be valuable for years, and he's cheap.
Yeah.
So just
Even I don't even care about the cheap, Josh. It's how hard is it to get an ace on your pitching staff, and you need 5 pitchers, that you just said. I don't care when it gets expensive. Who cares?
Yeah, and you know what? Wasn't it last week that we were talking about how John Means, before this no-hitter, has proven to us that he is an ace and not just the Orioles ace?
Yeah.
I mean,
and as far as even
believe
just talking
in
about
what he's doing.
Yeah, like I'm all in on it. And talk about payroll. Even when it gets expensive in arbitration years, the timing works out really well because you'll be paying John Means in these arbitration years. Who else you paying? You're not paying all the guys. You're not paying D.L. Hall yet. You're not paying Grace Rodriguez yet. You're not paying Adley Rutschman yet. So if you're going to pay John Means, in 2, 3, 4 years, that's when you should pay him because you don't have to pay all the other guys yet. So the timing, I think, works out for him as far as even giving. Because in 2023, 2024, he's going to be making a lot of money if he continues to pitch like this, and that's okay because the other guys won't be making a lot of money yet. So it all makes sense to keep him. And like he's already talked about with Zach Lothar, talking to Zach Lothar, he's already talking about taking on kind of this mentorship role. And how cool would it be to have John Means there solidified? By the way, street cred, I think you get a lot of street cred as a pitcher amongst other younger pitchers when you throw a no-hitter. Like, that gives you a lot of street cred.
Definitely. Yeah,
and so how cool would it be to have John Means anchor that staff, and you bring up D.L. Hall, then you bring up Grayson Rodriguez, and you have D.L. Hall as the veteran leading this young pitching staff. I think it makes perfect sense. It's a perfect combination of veteran and young pitchers. The finances make sense. All of it makes sense, Josh. I'm literally not picking up. I'm literally hanging up on you.
All right.
I'm being like Max Scherzer when someone tries to pull him at the third inning. I'm saying, no, get out of here, go away. That's what I'm doing. I'm telling the other GMs, get out of here, go away.
All
No
right.
deal.
All right. Any chance we can get Wade Miley back so we have 2 no-hitters in this rotation?
Yeah.
How weird is it that Wade Miley hit through one?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's
weird.
disrespectful.
Is it disrespectful?
To throw one the same week as John Means?
Yeah, it did take a little bit of the excitement away from John Means. I know, and then the talk became, well, everyone's throwing a no-hitter.
Right, which is partially true, but still, a no-hitter. Have you ever?
And the Indians aren't a terrible team either.
I'll tell you what. I've been playing this MLB The Show game a lot.
Yeah.
I can't throw a no-hitter.
Yeah.
I get into like the 6th, 7th inning, maybe, if I'm lucky. A no-hitter is hard no matter what's going on in a game.
So
everything has to be perfect.
Yep.
Or everything perfect but your catcher.
And like lucky, right? Because a little blooper, a broken bat, whatever.
Yeah. So I don't care that it's Wade Miley, John Means, whoever. It's cool for Wade Miley. Wade Miley seems like a fine guy. Yeah. He's not a jerk.
No, he's not a jerk. That's cool. He seems cool.
He's not a dominant pitcher, but it still shows. It's still cool. It's like,
I think it's even kind of cooler that comes from a guy like him.
I was gonna say it's kind of like Cesar Valdez striking out all these Red Sox with that dead fish, and it's just like it's just
whatever
you're
works,
outsmarting
right?
thing. Yeah, it's you're getting by. You're doing what works for you.
Yeah, and it's cool. Wade Miley, cool is. He's had like, I feel like Wade Miley is a little bit like a Tim Tebow in this sense, where he's had like 4 or 5 acts. Like you thought, okay, Wade Miley, right. He had kind of a decent career, and then all of a sudden he's back and he's pitching well, and then kind of goes away again, and then he's back again. I mean, he feels like he's been around the game forever on a bunch of different teams, but still effective. So good for Wade Miley. Still find ways to start.
Yeah. But yeah, it sucks that the Orioles just have struggled so much at home lately. Like to come off that just great road trip where they won both those series is out west. I don't know when the last time is that we've done that. That we've had that good of a road trip out west. And to come back and just struggle for 3 games against the Red Sox was just kind of defeating. Yeah,
do we play the Mets at home or away?
We go to New York. We go to New York for 2 games tomorrow.
Because this is just going to continue. Because if you look at who we got starting for us, we got Harvey and we got Means starting against the Mets. So I think it's just going to continue where we have a lot of success on the road and struggle at home.
I cannot wait for Wednesday. The only thing that sucks about Wednesday is that it's a noon game.
Because it's a noon game?
Wednesday is a noon game.
Oh, that's weird.
It's a getaway game.
Yeah.
It's a noon game, but it's Matt Harvey pitching back in Citi Field for the Orioles. That's pretty cool for Matt Harvey.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. And the Mets offense has struggled, so I think there's going to be some low-scoring games. But, yeah, if you look at our record, Josh, I mean, it's kind of bizarre. We're 4-13 at home. That's like the worst record in all of baseball. And then if you look at our record away, we're 11-6, which is up there as one of the best records in baseball.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It's really weird. Part of it, I think, has to do with the pitching matchups, right? Because we're saving our best pitchers for when we go away.
And it's the whole thing that you hate hearing, which is strength of schedule.
Yeah, who you're playing and when.
The Yankees and it's been the Red Sox and Yankees that we've been playing at home.
Right.
And they're both good teams. I mean, today we finished the series. Monday we finished the series with the Red Sox. We go to 2 for the Mets, and then we come back home to finish to play a series with the Yankees.
Yeah,
that's a tough.
Yeah, we get a tough. Yeah, it's always tough. It's not going to get easy. It's not going to get easier.
It gets easier.
Nah, not that much easier.
After this Yankee series, it does. After this Yankee series, we get Tampa Bay. Then we get the Nats. Then we get the Twins. Then the White Sox. Then the Twins. Then the Indians. Then the Mets. Rays, Cleveland, Toronto. It gets a little easier.
Okay. I mean, the Twins are struggling. All those other teams are over 500, though.
Well, there's a lot of teams over 500 right now. But, yeah.
I mean, something.
It's something about facing the Yankees and the Red Sox that the Orioles always struggle.
Well, yeah, I think they're
in the same division and better teams.
Yeah, I mean, right now the Red Sox I think, do they have the best record in baseball? I think that they did.
They do.
Yeah, they do have the best record in baseball.
And they have a ridiculous run differential, plus 36.
Yeah.
The one that's better is the White Sox. Do you know what the White Sox run differential is?
I have no idea, but I know they're playing good ball.
They're playing good ball. They're in a weak division, plus 53.
Yeah.
Now, part of that is the Tigers, and they play the Tigers, who have a negative 68.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, if you want to start doing the run differential game,
yeah.
you know what's kind of fun?
What?
Look at do you have the standings open?
Yeah.
Does it show runs scored and runs against? Does it show those numbers?
Not on the thing I have.
Okay. Because if you look at the Mets, I was looking at this just because I was looking at this before the show. Because the Mets fascinate me for some reason. The Mets run scored is 101, which is for runs scored is the lowest in baseball, and it's not even close.
But they gave up 104.
Yeah, but they only gave up 104. So they have the best, and that's by far the best in baseball.
So they've got the best defense and the worst offense.
Yeah, exactly. At least so far this season.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's weird.
And they're in first place in the NL East with all that said.
Yeah.
So
the Mets are one of those teams like the Jags that don't offend me at all.
Yeah. Well, they already fired their manager and stuff. I mean, they expect to be really good this year. They poured a ton of money in that team. Lindor is something to watch. He finally got a hit the other day, but Lindor has been, struggling crazy after getting that huge contract. So there's a lot of reasons to want to watch the Mets. So I'm looking forward to that series.
Yeah, that's a fun division with the Mets, the Braves, and the Phillies. That's fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree. That is a fun division.
And then the Nats are in the cellar, but we've seen them be in the cellar before and then win the World Series. So, don't know with them.
Yep, I agree. All right, ready to get some ball four? Wrap this thing up?
Sure. Let's get to some ball four.
All right, I'm gonna go Twitter.
Twitter. All right. Twitter. I've never heard of this thing. All right, you're gonna tell me about something called Twitter.
Yeah, so my first ball four is this thing called twitter.com. You can make your own username and password, and you just tweet out your thoughts and feelings. But just be careful what you tweet. No, but as minor league baseball is starting, I have two people you should follow because they offer kind of video and analysis of minor league baseball. The first one is Locked On Orioles. They do pretty good stuff covering the minor leagues. They cover Major League too, but they have good minor league contact on there too. So if you don't follow Locked On Orioles, that's a good kind of Twitter to follow for minor league updates.
Okay.
I stayed away from Adam Pohl. I know we're big fans of Adam Pohl, but I don't think he tweets a lot about the Orioles. I think if you work for the Orioles, it's frowned upon. Apparently, Ryan Wagner, it's frowned upon to tweet about the team or something.
I think or tweet about other teams or something. I don't know.
Or even hint that the Orioles are struggling.
Right. But I don't know. If we worked for the Orioles, I might not even use Twitter. For that opportunity, sure.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, that's my first ball is Locked On Orioles for minor league coverage of the Orioles.
All right, that's your only one? Locked On Orioles?
I got another one, but I'll save it for ball three.
You're using two of your balls for Twitter accounts?
Yes. Another minor league Twitter account.
Oh,
people are on the edge of their seats thinking, what's the other minor league Twitter account?
No, I'm thinking, do I waste a ball in order to take your Twitter account?
Ah, shoot.
Like a little defense.
Yeah, and then I'll be scrambling for another ball.
Right. But I won't. Okay. I will go with, I don't think I shared this on here, this movie that I watched, but John Wick reminded me of this movie that I watched a couple weeks ago. Have I shared this movie, Nobody?
No.
All right.
Is that the one with Chuck E. Cheese and Nicolas Cage?
No.
Okay.
No. That one was entertaining too. That was Willy's Wonderland. Okay. I watched the movie Nobody. Nobody has Saul Goodman from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, the lawyer. And, he's like a comedian and stuff in most shows. He plays an angry dad that just goes around and kicks butt and kills guys. And it's bloody, it's violent, and it's a whole lot of fun.
All right.
All because someone took his kid's necklace or something.
Okay.
Doesn't matter, but it was fun.
This is one of those Taken type movies.
Yeah, like a Taken type movie.
Okay.
But it's called Nobody. So check that out. I enjoyed it a lot.
I'm starting to get concerned, Josh, about my poison ivy.
Yeah, I saw you itching that.
Yeah, my arm is now twice the size of its normal size. At what point, I don't want to be a guy who goes to the doctor's office for poison ivy, but I'm almost at that point.
You know, we got a new Patreon member this week, and I was going to talk about Patreon later. But let me just give a shout out now to Kyle Scarborough. Okay. Because he sent a great message in, and he said, P.S., Maryland poison ivy must be worse than other areas. I lived in North Carolina since 2006 and never got it. I got poison ivy one summer at River Valley Ranch, and it was so bad that my face swelled, and I had to go to the hospital and get a Benadryl shot.
Oh, my. See, my arm is swelling. My arm is swelling. And you know what? Another side effect of this, Josh, I was late for work this morning because of this thing.
Why? Because your arm was so swollen?
Well, because, Josh, if you have poison ivy, when was the last time you had poison ivy, Josh?
When I was 12.
Okay. If you get poison ivy and you take a hot shower, you can't get out of the hot shower. You put that poison ivy under the hot shower, it feels so amazing. It's almost worth getting poison ivy to feel like it does in hot showers. It's the greatest feeling ever. And you don't want to leave the shower. I usually take like 5-minute showers. I'm in, I'm out, I'll do my thing. I don't mess around in there. I don't wait for the conditioner to set. I don't even do conditioner. Just do the shampoo and get out. But now, I'm hanging out there for an hour, just soaking my arm. It feels so good.
I've got the opposite. Because I went out this weekend. I spent a lot of time this weekend with Gigi, since it was Mother's Day weekend.
Oh, way to rub it in. I texted, get off my back.
Yeah, you did. I think it was like 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So I was hanging out with her by the pool side and out at the beach and not thinking about it, and I got sunburned. Sunburn is the opposite.
Yeah.
Because I came home and decided.
Do a cold shower.
I decided, I'm going to take a bath, not thinking about it. And I get in that, and it's like it's burning, and I can't put my legs in the bath because it hurts so bad with the sunburn.
Oh, that's funny. Then the last time you had poison ivy was 12. I think the last time I took a bath was when I was 12.
You know what?
So.
You know what? I used to not take baths until I got this new house.
Yeah.
And there's a big bathtub, and I'm now 41 years old. And every time I go play softball or do anything active, my whole body hurts. So I've been using this bathtub. So, it's sunburn is the complete opposite of poison ivy as far as water.
I didn't steal your ball 4 being a math tub. Did I bath at your ball 4?
A math tub? Is that what you said, a math tub?
A math tub. No, my ball 3 is another Orioles Twitter. This is the best one for minor league baseball. You know where I'm going.
On the Verge?
Yeah, on the Verge.
I should have stole it.
Yeah, called The Verge. I don't know what the Twitter handle is.
Way to be prepared.
It's The Verge. I don't know. It's The Verge. There's a podcast. No. They got the Twitter handle. I assume it's just The Verge, right? I don't know. Is it on The Verge? Is that the Twitter handle? You just search The Verge. Just search minor league baseball or minor league Orioles are the first one to come up.
It's BSL, Baltimore Sports and Life, BSL on The Verge.
Yeah, that's the BSL on The Verge.
Yeah.
They're the best. They have videos. They're tweeting at every game. They got stat updates. If you're in the minor league baseball for the Orioles, BSL on The Verge is a must follow.
All right.
And they follow me, so I can say that.
All right. My ball 4 is a little show called Birdland Tonight.
Oh my gosh!
But here's why. I'm using this because we always tell people, "Hey, go subscribe, check out Birdland Tonight," which you should do. Yeah. But I want you to specifically go listen to Thursday's episode, this past Thursday, where it's something about after 31 games, state of the Orioles.
Okay.
And the reason you want to listen to that is because it's the day after the John Means no-hitter. And for that podcast, I got on the phone with Jeff Arnold, friend of the show, who's been very good to 336 over the years, to talk about what it was like to call that game.
And he had a great call at the end there.
He had the great call. He had the radio show. If you listen, if you watch Sports Center, Baseball Tonight, any of that stuff, it was the Jeff Arnold call that they were using everywhere.
Yes.
So we had a great conversation about that.
That was his first big moment as an announcer, and he nailed it.
Yes. He did a great job. Love Jeff Arnold. He did a good job there. Go check out that episode of Birdland Tonight to check out Jeff Arnold and that experience for him.
All right, cool.
So sorry to steal ball 4 as a plug for Birdland Tonight.
No, we should do that with everything. For next week, ball 1, section 36 show Twitter handle. And yeah, we can do it. We should sell ourselves. This is good.
My mind also went blank for what my other ball was because I didn't jot it down.
You always got to jot down your balls, Josh.
Yeah, I know. It's Manscaped is my used to go. So,
all right, this is good. So hopefully, Josh, next week we'll talk about some more wins. So we're going on the road tomorrow, so that hopefully will mean some more wins.
Orioles are having a good night so far with the Red Sox on Monday night. Hopefully it'd be nice to not get swept in a 4-game series. And yeah, let's hope they can bounce back this weekend. You and I are going to be at Camden Yards. I'm flying up.
Yeah, a little Friday night, Saturday night, back-to-back night action.
Yeah.
And then softball Sunday is going to be a weekend of a lot of baseball happenings.
Yeah. But you know what's going to be. Oh, and we'll be a whole lot nicer and not rude if you come see us at the game Friday or Saturday.
No, I'll still be rude, but go ahead.
Yeah. Well, so since we're coming up Friday, Saturday, we know John Means pitches Tuesday. We know Matt Harvey pitches Wednesday. Thursday's an off day. Who are we going to see Friday, Saturday? Keegan Aiken? Maybe.
If he can last it this long. I mean, we didn't even get to the Zach Lothar start in today's pod.
Yeah, because he was crap.
He was terrible. I mean, if you look at our young pitchers, I mean, Dean Kramer, Zach Lothar, Bruce Zimmerman, they have not been great this year.
No.
That's concerning. Our young pitchers struggling. But yeah. I don't know who we're going to watch. I don't know who we're going to see. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if do you bring Zimmerman back up?
I mean, I think Keegan Aiken would make sense if he's healthy.
Well, they brought him up today.
Right, but maybe that depends if I don't think he's gotten in today.
No.
He was the backup option here.
Right. So it's kind of if they use him or if he's available. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. I didn't think it's funny to have John Means and Matt Harvey succeed. The pitching staff overall be pretty good and much better than expected, but also have question marks at rotation slots 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine Dean Kramer will keep on going out there, so we'll probably see him pitch one of those games.
Right. And Lopez pitched well, so there's no need. He'll stay in the rotation. The question is that 3
I don't know. How many innings did Lopez pitch today? Because he's only gone 5 innings one time. He's always like a 4-inning guy, which makes you wonder: is he even a starter? Should he be considered an opener? Because he can't even get to the 5th inning.
Today he went 5 2/3.
Oh, this is his longest start of the year.
Yeah,
good for him.
Yeah, and he only gave up 1 run, 4 hits,
it's a great start for him,
and 5 strikeouts. So it was his best start of the year.
Yeah, that's great.
So that was good to see from him. Or 5 and 5.2.
5.2.
5.2.
5.2 innings. All right. Well, we'll find out, we'll find out this week who pitches and talk about it on Monday. That's what we do.
Yeah, if you want to support us, head on over to section336.com and click the support button tab up at the top to go on over like all the other guys and support us on Patreon. We appreciate that a lot, and it allows us to keep commercials out of this podcast.
Yeah, you can also support us by going to iTunes and writing us a review on iTunes or wherever you listen to the podcast. You can also follow us on Twitter. You can follow me at Section336. You can follow Josh on Twitter
at Josh Soroka.
Thanks for listening, boys and girls. And as always, go O's.